Alright, you guys, I've seen a lot going on talking about the new Katseye lightstick. And a lot of people are arguing, which I think incorrectly they're arguing, that this lightstick is plagiarizing these. Specifically, this original version of the Nachimbong. Now, as a stay, who's not really into a lot of other K-pop groups or anything like that, and is definitely not into Katseye. I don't like Katseye very much. I don't like their music. I just don't vibe with them, right? This isn't plagiarism. It's just boring and basic, and it's kind of that way on purpose, and I'll get to that later, but let's break it down real quick. So first let's talk about some of the differences between the light sticks. So the first difference is this light stick has a very straight up and down base, and in fact it even like flares out a little at the bottom, whereas both versions of the Nachimbong taper in like that. Now another key difference is both versions of the Nachimbong have this little angled base plate, this like ring that sits around the bottom, whereas the Katseye light stick doesn't have anything there. The only difference between V1 and V2 of the Stray Kids light stick is they made this a little thicker, probably because this guy might have been prone to breaking. Now, something that changed from V1 to V2 was this. This little guy right here used to spin when you shook the light stick. This guy is stationary. And he has that little LED on the other side, right? Now, one of the things that people are calling out about the Katseye light stick is this little ring around the outside that spins when you shake it. First of all, y'all, if no other band can have anything that goes spin or jingle jingle shaky shaky inside their little orbs on their light stick, that would be absolutely ridiculous. But first of all, key difference is this, I believe, just this outside ring is what's doing that spinning. Whereas with the original Stray Kids light stick, I think this entire piece is what spun inside. Now, obviously, another similarity is that they're both white. If every white light stick was copying Stray Kids, that would be absolutely ridiculous. Another complaint I could see people having, which is ridiculous, is the fact that the top is circular and an orb. That's not plagiarism, that's just a basic shape for a light stick. Now, the big thing that has people all up in arms is the star motif in the center of the light stick, right? Well, the first thing I'd like to point out, before we get into the nitty-gritty of anything, is that in the Nachimbong, this whole shape is what's important. So this circle with the two little notches, right? And then this specific star shape, right? Is a compass rose. This is a navigational mark that's put on maps and globes to help you determine what direction is north and south and all of that. It is a very specific design. It is a very specific star. This is very clearly just a starburst, right? I'm going to be honest, I can't tell for sure from this picture, but the Katseye star might not even have the same number of points as the Stray Kids star. So, another thing to point out is colors, because colors are super important to K-pop branding and light sticks and stuff like that. Notice how the Stray Kids light sticks always have red for the outside circle, and this is always solid silver, right? notice that the entire Katseye lightstick is either white or translucent. There's no colors, there's no solid silver. So already, just as a base, I can tell you this isn't plagiarism. It's just a light stick. Now, I can say that this light stick is kind of boring. And I think that's on purpose. I think there's a lot of discourse going around lately about how light sticks are expensive, and if you want to go to multiple K-pop concerts, there are a lot of new K-pop fans that are talking about, well, I buy one light stick from my favorite band or one that I like the design of, and I just take it to every concert, and then it links to the ones that it's meant for, right? So I'm guessing part of the goal of this is they want this to be the universal light stick that new fans are picking. Because it looks so clean, it looks so simplistic. It's got the Katseye branding if you want to support Katseye, but it really could blend in with pretty much any concert, right? And I think that's bad. We all know part of the fun of a concert is like find the I forget the name of it, but they're the green ones that are like the blocks on the top, or like find the weird light sticks, find the blink light stick at a Stray Kids concert, right? So I think this is actually a bad marketing move to make this so generic. If you want to see me break down and show you ideas of ways I think both of these light stick designs could be improved, that's going to be my next video, so you can go ahead and drop a follow. But yeah, not plagiarism.